Saturday the 29th of July 2017 was a significant date in my diary for many reasons. Not only was it the day of the much anticipated Sarah Jane Adventures reunion event at the Attic, but also my dad's birthday. Fortunately for me though, he didn't seem to mind me penciling in a trip to Cardiff as part of this year's family holiday, despite the date clash. And I'm sure the happy birthday variant autographs and Indian meal in the evening more than made up for a day of queuing and attending panels. In all seriousness though, the Attic was of course much more than that, and quite different from any convention I've experienced in my life so far. There was a real buzz in the air, and a very exciting atmosphere, with fans and guests alike thrilled to be back together immersing themselves into the nostalgia of one of Doctor Who's most successful spin-offs. Meeting the guests was a real highlight for me, not least because of the intimate, friendly nature of the event. It was a joy to spend the day racing around various autograph sessions in an attempt to see everyone and collect the full set entitled to each attendee as part of the ticket price. But that wasn't quite the full story. In a shock twist at the beginning of the day, John Leeson and Matt Irvine appeared out of nowhere as two previously unannounced mystery guests, with the original K9 prop also putting in an appearance. It was brilliant to have such an iconic duo joining the lineup, especially because of their considerable contribution not only to Sarah Jane, but also to its father show, Doctor Who. This link helped give the Attic some much welcome gravitas and wider relevance to Doctor Who in the eyes of this fan. Although all of the guests were perfectly pleasant, a special mention must go to the SJA kids for their constant enthusiasm and friendliness to guests of all ages throughout the day. In particular, they made a considerable effort to connect with the younger visitors, such as my own sister, and make the experience a really memorable one for them. My other personal highlight was Katie Manning, not least because she was so brilliant as Jo in the Pertwee years and indeed beyond in the Sarah Jane Adventures, but also because she's one of the nicest people you will meet on the Doctor Who convention circuit. She talks to and even hugs every single fan she meets, and despite having perhaps the largest queues at the Attic, she was nevertheless always talkative and outgoing to every single person. As well as the autograph sessions and photo shoots, panels were also conducted throughout the day with various combinations of guests on a variety of topics. Because I prioritised collecting all the autographs I could, I unfortunately couldn't attend as many of these panels as I might have liked. However, I did manage to go to the last few of the day, allowing me the pleasure of hearing John, Matt, Gary Russell, Brian Miller and Sam Watts discuss their respective roles behind the scenes of the show. For the last panel of the day, the recurring cast reunited one more time to provide some final food for thought and receive a warm round of applause from the audience for their dedication to the show. The biggest thanks of all must go to the organiser of the Attic, Sandy, aka Tommy Knight's mum, for handling the logistical side of things both many months before the event even took place, but also on the day. There was clearly an awful lot of juggling going on behind the scenes to make everything flow smoothly, and it really paid off. Furthermore, the customer service was excellent, not least when we had to retake our group photo, because we'd had the unfortune of blinking in the first attempt. In my eyes, and I'm sure those of many others, the Attic was an astounding success and a thoroughly enjoyable experience for any fan of Doctor Who or the Sarah Jane Adventures. All my thanks to everyone that made it such a memorable experience.